Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and as promised we are going to start our project here in our 2021 Heartland Prowler 290BH, and for those of you that aren't sure what the BH stands for, that means bunkhouse. And as I discussed in some of my previous videos, we don't really need the bunks, and I think we can better utilize that space more effectively. Alright, one of the first things we need to do is to put the slide out so that we get a little more room to work in here. Alright, this is the bunk area that we're going to be working on, and we will start that as soon as we return. Alright, welcome back. This is the bunk area that we will be working on. It is located in the rear of the travel trailer. It's right next to the bathroom that we have shown in some of the previous videos. Anyway, this area really doesn't work well for my wife and I. Yes, it's nice to have extra sleeping areas, but we also have the jackknife sofa that we can use, and we do have the dinette that can turn into a sleeping area as well. One of the things that we would like to have is a little more storage for clothes and other items like that, supplies. We'd also somehow like to add a little bit of additional floor space for the bathroom when we're getting dressed. Even though this bathroom is not the smallest that I have seen in some of the travel trailers, it is fairly small and it's difficult to get dressed when you're getting out of the shower. So we want to see if we can do something here that would open up a little more area to make it a little easier to accomplish that when we're getting out of the shower. Okay, one of the things that I wanted to point out is that I'm not an expert on the manufacturing process of travel trailers. So if you have any ambitions or plans to make changes within your travel trailer, I highly recommend that you reach out to an expert, whether it be the manufacturer or a highly qualified RV repair shop, and kind of run your ideas by them before you proceed to do something that could jeopardize the overall structural integrity of your unit. I do know enough about construction that as I take this apart, I'll have a really good idea of what is helping keep the integrity of the unit and what is not. And so as we move through the project, if I see things that I know are part of the overall structural component of the travel trailer, I'll make sure that I keep that incorporated into the final design as we go along. So one of the things that we have to keep in mind is that a good portion of this underneath is part of the outside storage. It has access to plumbing and access to the water heater that is in the rear area there. So I don't know exactly how much of this base we're going to be able to remove to add additional floor space to our bathroom, but our idea is to maybe push this wall back a few inches and then bring the door coming out this way across here, which would open up some additional floor space in this bathroom. And of course we're going to have to take things like these switches into consideration and move them as needed, but hopefully we don't run into any major obstacles here that will prevent us from kind of doing what we want to do and making this space more efficient for us. With that, let's just get started with the process of taking as much of this apart as possible, and then we'll see what we come up with.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world. I was one rich little girl, daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot. No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates. One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydreamer, kidnap me, take me back, all the way back to them days, running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Alright, now that we got the screws out of all of this, let's see what we find underneath it.
It took me like forever to get through to you, misty blue. In any kind of weather, I thought of you, misty blue. It's hard to know, but no one comes close. An undiscovered landscape filled with hope.
Okay, now that we got the plywood off, as you can see, there are some screws that hold this frame to the walls. I'll have to determine the best method of getting this out of here. Naturally, I won't be able to be up here while I'm taking those screws out. But the first thing I'm going to do is I will take this part here off and get that out of the way.
You are golden territory, let it show. Corner of Baker Street, I met you that first time, and I have kept you in my mind since then. Hey, you know know it. Oh, nothing compares to us. It's like a constant rush, an undiscovered landscape filled with hope.
All right, to give you an idea of the size, these are the screws that they're using to keep this thing up and mounted into the outside walls in this small pony wall. All right. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is take this circular saw and try and cut this out in pieces. And as you can see, this same type of wallboard that's here is on the underneath of this bunk. So I'm just going to cut through that. I think it's held on by staples or glue to this here plywood. One thing you want to make sure that when you're using power tools, always use all your safety personal protection equipment that you should have on. And even if you wear glasses, you want to wear safety glasses over those. And you also want to wear hearing protection, especially when you're inside a confined space using power tools.
He was born by the roadside in a broken down carriage, came into life on the run, found on the doorstep of a nearby orphanage. No one saw, no one saw. You'll never know him, he is the forgotten. His name is the word undone. You'll never know him, he is the forgotten. No one's son, no one's son. She had been born there in St. Bernadette, like brother and sister they were. Out of the two, she was always the strongest. No one's daughter, no one's daughter. You'll never know her, she is the forgotten. In the ocean, a drop of water. You'll never know her, she is the forgotten. No one's daughter, no one's You'll never know them, they are the forgotten. In the ocean, a drop of water. You'll never know them, they are the forgotten. No one's daughter, no one's son, no one's children. They are the forgotten ones.
All right, we got one screw here that is Got a stripped head. So we're going to try and get this out. Alright, we got one stripped screw here that I cannot get out. So I'm going to have to see if I can saw through it.
I've never really been the one who's worried. Always been the one who's keeping it cool. The kind of guy who chill while others hurry. I didn't know that I've been the fool. I've been telling lies about something real, but I know love is based on honesty. Kept thinking how real love should feel, knowing that it's not just you, it's me. 'Cause I was made to be free. I am made to be free. I am made to be free. Well, I am made to be free. Been thinking about myself and myself only.
Alright, so as you can see, we got the top bunk out. And naturally we're going to have holes in these wall boards. There's a little bit of damage, as you can see on the wall right there where we had the stripped screw head, and back in that corner. Alright, well, we got that top bunk out, and I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. We will continue working on this, and so stay tuned for next week's episode as we progress through this, and we will see how this ultimately turns out for us. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications on upcoming videos, and we will see you next week. Take care.